for your boys last night, BT. What a nice little cute win. These Yankees are fun. Young Yankees, the new baby bombers, whatever you want to call them. Nice little cute win.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're getting back into it. You think the Yankees are going to make the playoffs? I love it.
Well, I'll tell you, deflection is generally something that somebody does when they're a little nervous.
Oh, I'm not nervous at all. My job is safe, BT. I said I'd quit if the Yankees make the postseason. I'm not worried at all.
All I know is we came in here, and I there is a question attached to this, but I got to take everybody through this little labyrinth that you and I finally find ourselves traveling through. So after Labor Day on Tuesday, I come in. Yankees played great against the Astros. Down 8, 25 to go. You laughed. Then they handle business the next night against the Tigers. They trim off a half a game. Down 7.5, 24 games to go. You mocked me. Now we're down to 6.5 games to go.
Right.
With 6.5 games with 23 to go. They're over 500.
Oh, the Yankees did it. The little engine that could Yankees. Over 500.
You keep referencing the small sample by the young superstar Dominguez, but yet every night he keeps doing something right. There's still all these games against the dregs of baseball society, the Pirates, the Royals, one more with the Tigers. I want to know, and here's the question.
Yeah.
At what point, because I know the front that you're putting up. I know you.
Yeah, I'm not nervous at all.
You. Well, at what point will you, at least inwardly, because you're a proud guy, so it's going to come a couple of outwardly will come 3 days after inwardly.
Right.
When will you finally get on the air and say, Jesus, these guys actually have a shot to make the playoffs? Because they do.
It's a BT, come on.
They keep winning.
It's not just you anymore. And I got to read last night, social media after the Yankee game, and hear it during the broadcast. Come on. Kay was talking about it, I think, during the game. Oh, if this was a more meaningful game, Schmidt wouldn't have gone so long, and they wouldn't have brought in this guy at this particular point. Dude, come on. It's not happening. Give it up. The Yankees are losers this year. It's okay. It happens. See, I know what it's like because I'm a Met fan my whole life. I know what it's like to get sucked back in. You now think you have hope. It's false hope. There are still 3 teams in front of you. You're how many games back? 6.5 games back?
6.5. 6 in the loss column, by the way.
This is a cute little run by the new baby bombers.
It's a cute little run that's turning into a story that you don't want to see come to fruition. Because I'm telling you, buddy, if there is a chance. Now, again, the odds are what they are, but for the first time, it's no longer 0 point something. It's 1 point something in the projected
BT,
playoff odds.
If I said to you the old Mike and the Mad Dog thing, gun to your head, would you say the Yankees make the playoffs or no?
I would say no.
Okay.
Because of the odds, but until they start losing, or maybe more specifically, until the teams in front of them start winning, I'm going to ride this train.
See, that's why I'm not nervous at all. I think the Yankees will play at a much better clip than they were playing the majority of the season here. You mentioned the lousy schedule, the lousy teams that they have up on the schedule. They're playing a little bit better, better brand of baseball, more inspired with the youth here. It'll come back down to earth soon, but more importantly, the other teams in front of them are going to win, specifically Toronto. Okay, they lose on a night, so now you gain a game and you're feeling good, and you're thinking, what's going to happen the next day? Do you think the Yankees are going to gain all these games over the next 6 days? They're going to gain how many games?
I don't know, but I know.
They'll lose a game, and then they're going to go backwards, and then that's that.
They're going to lose today, and, when they go backwards, then we'll get out the tombstone and say, okay, it was a cute little run, and maybe that word will apply. Right now, I don't think it's applicable. 8, 7.5, 6.5, 6 in the loss column. The number's dwindling. You can choose to ignore. I understand
games
that.
Remaining,
but they got 6 with Toronto, who, by the way,
and what do you think's going to happen there? You think the Yankees are going to beat the Blue Jays?
I think that at least they've got a puncher's chance. And let me ask you this, Sal.
Yeah.
So, and I said the other day, and I said this on Tuesday, when they were 8 games behind with 25 to go, and I was probably feeling myself because of the Astros and what that represents, and Dominguez doing damage, a couple of big moments. Okay, I got that. But now it's been followed up against a team you're supposed to beat, get the sweep, get the broom today, which they will, and we keep this mojo going. But if this was the Mets, honestly, if this was the Mets, you'd have the exact opposite position. You'd be feeding into the energy. You'd be buying into the hope. You would be embracing the possibilities,
you're supposed
which
to
at
be
this
above
point
that.
are tantalizing. I'm supposed to be above that.
Met fans,
What?
This is the high and mighty Yankees. You're a game over 500 and you're taking bows. It's a cute little performance here by the Martian and the young Yankees. Yeah, you're right. If the Mets were doing this and they had a chance to make the postseason, realistic chance, I would be getting excited. I would be hopeful. The Yankees don't have a realistic chance. Oh, and by the way, they're the Yankees. So them being a game over 500, being 6.5 games back with 23 to play, that's nothing to be proud about or hopeful about. They're dead. They've been dead in the water. You said it yourself months ago.
But I'm also willing to come off a position that I established a while ago because the guys that are going on the field now are some different names. Listen, this doesn't change. Maybe this does need to be said. This doesn't change how I feel about Cashman. This doesn't change about how I feel about Stanton, how I feel about Gleyber Torres. By the way, good article about Gleyber Torres in the Post today about the conundrum the Yankees are in, about what they need to do with him this offseason. Everything that I've said applies. All I'm saying is, I am flexible enough, Sal. I am adaptable enough to enjoy this little late-season baseball gift that the Yankees have bestowed upon us.
BT.
Accept it.
It's football season. All you need to know, and I know we're on radio, not TV, all you need to know is this. BT is still wearing a Yankees shirt today, and I'm in my Boomer Esiason football jersey. It is football season. Unfortunately, the baseball in this town has been garbage all year. And just because of a little cute, nice little run by the Yankees here, I'm not getting sucked back in. I can't believe
but
you
you
are.
still didn't answer the question. At what point will you be sucked in?
I told you a little bit yesterday.
I need hard numbers. At what point will you say, dude, you might be right, BT. You might be right.
They have to be 3 games back with about 15 remaining.
Oh, God, I would sign up for that in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying.
To me, that would be so far beyond, but I would even say be 3 back with 11 left. 15's a lot.
They're not going to be 3 games back with 15 to go.
They're 6.5 back with 23 to go.
Right, and then they lose a game and another day comes off the calendar. Oh, what do you think? They're never going to lose again?
Never.
They might, exactly. Like the Yankees and the Jets, like yesterday's Jets schedule.
That's 17-0.
You realize that this goes away quickly when the other teams start to win games and the Yankees lose a game.
I understand that. And listen, go ahead.
So even if I said 3 games back with 10 to play, that is a very difficult task to overcome 3 games with 10 to play.
I understand that, but it's not impossible. And that's what I'm feeding into. I'm playing the odds. Listen, I talk about FanDuel. We talk about games and betting and odds and futures and possibilities. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm looking at the way the Yanks are playing. I'm looking at the circumstances. And all I'm saying, and I think I've been very clear about this from minute one, the Yankees are not dead. And nobody can prove otherwise. You can tell me that you think they won't make it.
Right.
You cannot say that they are dead because they're not.
Yeah,
they're
mathematically
not dead.
speaking.
Well, that's a big part of the equation.
Well, how about just using some common sense and logic?
Did you think the Mets had it wrapped up when they were up 7 with 17 to go? Did you think that they? Okay. So why can't the converse happen? 2
things there. Number 1, the Philadelphia Phillies were a very good team back then. Number 2, the Mets are going to Met, and they met it at the time. That's a problem. See, the Yankees aren't very good. They're playing better, but they're not very. They almost blew that game last night.
I know they were a little nervous. Fourth couple guys on base. We need a little.
Bases loaded, up a
go to the
run.
bullpen.
Holding on for dear life against the crappy Detroit Tigers.
Still a win. And by the way, I hear you, but Toronto lost to the A's. There's a lot of bad. The Rangers are absolutely bleeding out.
All the Red Sox, Rangers, Blue Jays.
Forget about the Red Sox. Yankees are going to jump by them as soon as we play them. They're going to smoke them.
Put it this way. Last night was your high watermark.
Okay,
Yankee
so you
fan.
think it? You don't think it? So they will never get within 6.5.
Correct. They're going backwards. They're going backwards.
Okay.
That was
Starting
it.
today.
Everybody lost. They won. They got another nice performance from the Martian. That's it. That's the end of the joy. Realism will sink in, whether it's tonight, whether it's tomorrow. That is it. It was a nice, cute little run by the Yankees. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Tommy is calling from the Bronx. What's up, Tommy?
I'd like to provide some historical proof as to why Sal is completely wrong.
I'd love to see this or hear this.
Okay? All right. This happens to be the 50th anniversary of one of the best teams that the New York Mets ever had, but didn't get it done. But they took us on an unbelievable ride. So check this out. On September 1st, 1973, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were
quickly, because I might fall asleep here.
No, wait a minute. They were next to last place, right? 8 games under 500 and 4.5 games out of first place on September 1st, right? They had to jump over 4 teams to get into the playoffs. Not only did they get into the playoffs, right, on the last day of the season, they beat the mighty Big Red Machine and took the defending
all right, so let's bring it to present day, Tommy. What the hell does that have to do with this Yankees team who is dead and buried?
That it can happen. We've seen it in this town. It can happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it can. Right, and we've also seen in this town, and thank you for the call, we've also seen the Knicks win a championship, the Jets win a Super Bowl. It can happen. Just hasn't happened in 100 years.
Yeah. Numbers aside, historical climbs or comebacks aside, just for a moment, here's one thing that can't be disputed, which is independent of the future of the Yankees, because they've got to do some things here. The Yankees have at least restored their dignity. And as a Yankee fan, that makes me proud. Like that, and this team has disgusted me.
You want them to bleed out.
Hold on. This team has disgusted me for years. I have aired them out and buried them because they deserved it. But it takes, and this is why being a Yankee fan is truly rewarding at the end of the day. They were absolute roadkill. I was listening to these Aaron Boone press conferences, lost 9 straight. They were dead. They were lifeless. They were toe-tagged. It was over. And whether or not this miracle continues and they scratch out the third wild card, and I hope that it happens, and they're still alive, it's not over yet. That's one thing. But this speaks to the, I don't want to use the word aura, that's corny, but the overall depth of what the Yankees give their fans. Quite frankly, that the Mets do not. Because the Yankees could have tapped out months ago and said, not our year, Judge hurt, Rodon sucks, this guy's down, that guy's hurt, bullpens in tatters because of injuries. And look what they've done. And you know what? I'm not so jaded that I can't appreciate that. Like, I actually appreciate that.
What am I listening to? You've gone soft. The Yankees did tap out. They didn't go all in at the deadline. They gave up on their season. That's why all the kids are here. They've stumbled into a nice little, cute little winning streak, and you're saying it's the great Yankees that are providing you a proud season?
I'm saying that certain franchises give you more than the one, like like they could have just faded. And we would not talk baseball on this show until spring training or until the first big free agent signing or the first, Bucks fired, but whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand why we can kind of say, geez, it's all about lowering the bar. I mean, it's used to talk about Yankee championships. I understand that. But you know what? Right now, I got a season. Met fans don't. And I appreciate that. I actually appreciate that.
I got news for you. You don't have a season either. You're right about the Mets.
Winning, Sal.
BT, they don't have a season. This is a cute little run here. I cannot believe you're getting sucked back in.
I
what
am.
Season?
And I watched the game.
All right, what are you watching tonight?
I
Lions and Chiefs, or are you watching Yankees?
I'm probably watching more Yankees. I mean, listen, I'll go back and forth, of course. I have a little action, some fantasy going.
Well, which one do you care about more?
Yeah. I care more about the Yankees. I 1,000% care more about the Yankees. I'd rather lose a $100 bet on the football game tonight than and have the Yankees win than the reverse. Like, I'm all Yankee. I'm ready. Like, I can't wait for the game tonight.
I'm shocked.
Why are you shocked?
Back in.
But let me ask you, why are you shocked? I'm a massive baseball fan.
I get that.
I know you do. I love the Yankees. They're playing well. They're not out of it. They actually have a possibility. Why are you surprised that I'm excited? Why?
No, like, excited to see the young kids is different than excited about the possibility of getting into the postseason.
I guess, but to me, when the young kids are helping lead the charge to put them in a position to maybe get that third, I think it's all intertwined.
Here's the difference.
And why are you ruining my enthusiasm?
Well,
I almost called you Barber. Sal, because they used to do it. Sal, why are you doing this to me? I'm genuinely pumped up.
So think about it this way. You say, the Mets, you don't have a season. The Mets have the same thing that Yankee fans have. Young kids that are now, am I excited to see Mauricio or Beatty or Alvarez?
Yep.
To be honest with you, No, I don't give a crap because it's meaningless baseball. Like individually, sure, and that's where the intrigue is. But no, ultimately, I'm excited for football season. It's the same thing with the Yankees. Other than you saying that the Yankees, and they are mathematically, I mean, the Mets mathematically can make it happen too. Why can't they come back? They're 8 games back, so why can't the Mets do it?
Well, because they got to jump over 5 or 6 teams, and they haven't won 8 of 9 games, and they're not showing that they're going to go in that direction anytime soon. That's why.
But are the Mets mathematically dead?
No.
But in reality, we all know
why
that they
why
are.
are you tapping out on your team?
Because they
I thought
stink.
you were a gamer. Why are you quitting on your Mets?
Because they stink and it's over. Matthew is calling from Peekskill. What's up, Matthew?
I'm actually excited about it. It's insane. I know it's insane. Matty, what's happening, buddy?
Doing all right. How are y'all?
Good.
What's up?
What's going on? So I need to talk to you, Sal. We not only will make the playoffs this year, but we are going to win the division next year. This is the start of something special for the Yankees.
This
is
the door's open.
Beginning of the core.
Door's open.
I have a couple points.
You
I have
guys
a
are
couple
getting
points.
sucked into it. Oh,
have a
I
couple
love
points.
this. This is great. Yeah, go ahead.
Who has the best ERA in the majors over the last 2 to 3 weeks?
What were you talking about, Garrett Cole? Or are you talking about the Yankee staff? Why?
The Yankees overall, the whole staff.
Okay. Congratulations.
Who has the best player in baseball? I'm sorry, Shohei Ohtani, he's not pitching anymore. Best player in baseball is Aaron Judge.
It's nice to see Judge actually on the field. It's been great.
He's grinding it out. Honestly,
winner?
Matty, hold on one sec. I know,
Yes, sir.
listen, I know he's hit 267 to whatever it is. The fact that Judge is out there almost every night, I mean, respect.
And producing.
Not vintage Judge, but
30 home runs.
he's tough.
He might get 40.
Yeah, I know.
The way we're playing right now, he might get 40
No,
again.
40's not
As long as he
happening.
got 31, that's what matters to me.
I know. BT doesn't hit another one the rest of the way.
Oh, God.
And not only that, Jason Dominguez, the Martian,
Yeah.
landed.
Superstar.
I actually thought it was Mickey
superstar.
Mantle. No, you're right, Matthew, and thank you for the call. The Martian, Mantle, I mean, who could tell the difference? I can't believe what I am hearing from Yankee fans. 6 days ago, it's fire Cashman. This is a train wreck. This is a disaster. All of a sudden, they win a few games against some crappy teams. Dominguez comes up and plays 5 games, and it's, the Yankees are back. They're going to make the playoffs this year. They're going to win the division next year.
I'm not talking about next year.
Come on.
Listen, I'll give you this. I understood, though I disagreed because of the numbers, but I understood how incredulous you were on Tuesday when I came in. You're like, what? You think these guys have a chance? That was Tuesday. Okay. Again, down 8 with 25 to go, pipe dream. Then they win that night, and then it's 7.5.
But you thought they'd win the games against Detroit.
But until they do, until they do, they don't. And then it's down to 7.5 with 24 to go. Then they win again, and now it's down to 6.5 with 23 to go. Like, I understood Tuesday why you looked at me like I was insane, but it's now Thursday. They haven't lost since the last game in Detroit, and they would have if Glaber didn't throw it away. Yankees are playing as good a baseball as anybody. And the schedule's matching up.
No, they're not.
Who's playing better baseball? They won 8 of 9.
The Orioles have won 5 in a row. They're 18 games better than the Yankees.
No, but that's, again, from 1 through 162. Or
but
1 through 1.
They're on a 5-game winning streak themselves.
But if they won 8 of 9, what did they do before the 5?
God, the
The Yankees have lost once in basically 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're
And they ain't
right.
losing tonight.
They're the hottest team.
Who's
Hottest team
hotter?
in baseball.
I mean, that's easily fact-checkable. I'm just throwing it out there. I think that I know it's not
Here
Texas.
come the
I know it's not
Yankees.
Toronto who lost to the A's. I mean,
I think Yankee
come
fans, I actually feel for you. I get being excited about the kids, but getting sucked into this is we know how it's going to end. I know how it's going to end as a Met fan who's gone through this before.
I know how it's going to end. The unemployment line.
No,
because we know what you said.
I said I'll
if the
quit.
Yankees make the playoffs.
I said I'll quit. Then I'm making
Sal's
a
gonna
come
quit
back
ski.
and make the playoffs this year. I quit. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, it's not happening.
Whoa.
I'm comfortable in my spot
Let's
here.
go, Yankees.
Not even worried a little bit. This is a nice, cute little run for the Yankees. Brandon Tierney and Brandon Tierney, Sal Licata on the fan. We'll continue with your calls on the other side. 877-337-6666.